And like I said, there's the bigger we get, we got more people coming at us. People are going to try to do bad things to us no matter what because they don't want us to succeed.
Is we grew up so fast that we got so much attention, and you're not allowed to, in the corrupted markets, you're not allowed to grow fast. You're not allowed to pop out of nowhere and help people change their life. You're not allowed to do that.
My name is Ash Mufara, and I'm your friend. I'm Mike Ellis, by the way. I'm Mike Ellis, by the way.
Going there. She wants to be the first to make us look silly.
Karma's a bitch.
Hello, everyone. How are you all doing tonight? I hope that you are all having a lovely, amazing evening. I have some time right now. My daughter wants to hang out by herself. My husband has taken a nap. So I thought I would take a little while and come on here and just sort of react to today's amazing live stream done by Marty DeGarmo and Chris Johnson. I do want to say that if there are some O-founders in the chat, do be nice to them. I feel like I've been getting a lot of people over here from Onpassive who are O-founders that they come in quite angry. They come in angry at me because they think I'm in Onpassive. And they are very angry right now about the site being down. It is still down. It has been over 4 days that Onpassive and all its products have been down for. They are allegedly migrating. And we're going to be kind of talking about that in a little bit more depth today. But I do want to try to answer people's questions because, as I'm sure you guys can imagine, it must be very confusing to be an O-founder and Onpassive right now. And so I'm hoping that we can kind of build a community here where people can come, ask their questions, but you can still ask them if they're coming in here and they're just saying, like, I love Onpassive over and over again. Do ask them to think of why they love Onpassive. You can still do that. Don't worry, Chris. You can still do that. But just, leave it open for people to come in and ask their questions. We have a little bit of an update with Mohammed Nazal. I posted about this, but I haven't really covered it in a video. So I thought I would start off with that today. Let me just say hello to everybody first. We have Dr. Massive Done Deal here, which is an awesome name. I just love that. Hello, Takara. I hope you're having an awesome evening. Albs is in it to scam it. And Sam is here. And it's good to see the Curious Artist here. Streaming in the evening isn't that bad because you get the people who don't get to make it during the afternoon as much. Salami Nugget is here, and he says a very good point, something that drives me absolutely insane about this. He says, Chrissy bought a ticket for the Titanic, and he is blaming the penguins on the iceberg for his messed up vacation instead of the ship's captain. And that's kind of a running theme here, is that nothing is ever, ever Ash Mufara's fault. Joe is here, and no, you are not very liked by Marty and Chris at all. Hello, Rajiv. I hope you're having a wonderful evening. Inslip Violet is here. Good to see you. I'm not going to say your name right, but I'm glad you're here. Hello to all of my fellow ding-dongs. Yes, we were called that. We will hear that tonight. So I just want to start off with Mohammed Nazal actually responded to Tanya's post that was made about her, which is something that I had done a little video on when I announced his departure, because I found it to be quite rude. So let's just take a moment and go over that quickly. As you can see, he posted up what she wrote about him and did an entire response to it here. So it says, it's been less than 24 hours since I announced my resignation from @Onpassive. Which always makes me laugh that they have to put it in capitals. John Barilla is going to have an aneurysm if people don't start just putting it in capitals in people's chats. Thank you all for the overwhelming support and warm wishes. However, I'm saddened to see posts like the one below. I ask everyone to respect my choice, and I won't allow anyone to spread lies or tarnish my image. My resignation was my own decision and not part of anyone's agenda. As I've pointed out, this guy's kind of still in the early stages of a career. And so I just believe that he realized that this was a scam and then just wanted to leave. Like, put yourself in his position with everything going on right now. And I'm sure that most of you watching this would have made a similar choice, right? I don't think it's very confusing right now. I feel like most of them have been through the cut and run website shutdown several times before. It is true. It is true. This is not the first time. I think what makes it more scary this time for everyone is that this is the first time it's happened where they've also actually been waiting for commissions. So when it comes to paying people, they tend to get a little bit more antsy. In the past, they weren't actually owed commissions at all. They hadn't sold anything. They hadn't done anything, even though most of them won't get commissions this time. Many still think they are, right? So I believe that things are getting a little stirred up in Onpassive right now. People are getting a little more upset than they have been in the past. And it's our understanding that the people have not been paid that Ash has hired. And if you're not getting paid in your job, you're not going to stay there. Ash seems to be under the impression that everyone's just going to be so grateful to work for him. But it's like, who the fuck is he? You know what I mean? Like, it's just not realistic. So he's finding out that, no, people will leave if you don't pay them. He says, please convey this message to the author of the post and anyone supporting it. I served all the founders with respect and expect the same in return. If you have something positive to say, I'm all ears. Otherwise, please remain silent. Pretty good thing to request. I don't think he's being unreasonable here. He didn't leave, by the way, and start writing posts about how Onpassive is a scam and Onpassive sucks, and he's not out here blowing the whistle on them or anything. Maybe if some of that had gone on, I could understand Tanya, doing her post that she did and being such a bitch. Maybe then I could understand it more. But he really just announced he was leaving and that he was going to go be with that bullish company or whatever now. There was nothing negative about Onpassive. He didn't even say I'm leaving because they didn't pay me. He said nothing negative about them at all. So it's kind of like, what are you doing, Tanya? And he says, I am available anytime and open for any discussions, my dears. And then the hashtag stay bullish with it. Again, that's his new company. Now he's promoting that one. Tanya Onpassive is a vile, nasty person. She is, though. She really is. Will Ash have enough money to pay his $1,000 an hour lawyer up to the trial in June? Probably not. Probably not. Good point about the commissions. It makes sense. I think that's the only difference with this shutdown. And, people had some really good questions. Let's go through the webinar that Marty and Chris did today. Okay. I do like to see that Muhammad is all sticking up for himself, even if it's a little heated. But I do like to see him sticking up for himself, and I hope that nobody in Onpassive gives him any problems and that this is the last time that we have to mention Muhammad Nizal in relation to Onpassive. I hope I never, ever have to mention him again and he can just move on. Let's see what Chris and Marty had to say today. It was quite an interesting thing. Now, the Recovering Hunbot has actually, over on her channel, been doing a countdown, if you will. Well, I guess it's not really a countdown. I guess it's a counter? More of a counter of how long this alleged migration has been going on for. And one of the things that she's done is she's actually got it going with a message that is in 7 different languages in hopes that it reaches every single person that watches Onpassive. It's the 7 main languages that are spoken here in Onpassive. So hopefully it can get the word out. It just basically lets them know that the company is still in their migration process and how long it's been shut down for. And one of the reasons why she's doing that is to kind of leave an open place in her chat so that if founders have any questions about what's going on, they have a place to go, because you can't even go to the founders webinars right now and ask a question in their chat. So today, Marty and Chris went live, but they claimed that they were going live for a question and answer session. And I just found that very funny because they haven't wanted to answer people's questions this entire time. You know what I mean? Hello, Go-Go. Good to see you. Yeah, he hasn't left the company, talk smack on them or anything. He was pretty mature about it. I mean, he announced it as maturely as you could. It's just they're all immature. So they're all freaking out and blaming him for things, and it's just going to be ridiculous. So I hope that that's all he has to do. I hope Tanya got the message between him telling her that and my video, because we all know she also watched that, didn't you, Tanya? And now I think it's interesting because, like I said, they haven't wanted anyone to ask questions. They haven't been answering anyone. But they call this question and answer, and they almost forgot to do the question and answer part of it. Like, they were getting ready to sum it all up at the end, I felt like, and then it was like, oh yeah, we're doing questions and answers. And I really did feel like the only reason why they're doing questions and answers today was because the recovering Hunbot has been answering a lot of questions. And the last couple streams that I did as well, I had a lot of O founders coming in and I tried to answer their questions. Many of them just asking, why is the site down and when are we getting our commissions? Jelly Snack, good to see you. Good to see you. I did reach out to him in a comment, but he hasn't gotten a hold of me. And the thing is, he doesn't really have to, I mean, maybe he just wants to move on with his life. Maybe he's embarrassed. That's the thing, is sometimes you get a little embarrassed when you're in something like this.
Hello, everybody. It is 2nd of July. I'm so glad you made it. We're on about 7 or 8 YouTube channels right now. Like you see on the thumbnail, we're going to have a little bit of chat and do some Q&A. We'll do that after, okay? In the beginning, we're going to chat. We'll let you know when we're going to start the Q&A. First thing I want to say is tomorrow.
Of course.
After
of course, we're going to talk at you first, and then we'll do the question and answers. It's like, of course, Marty.
Discussing with Red and Chris, we're going to planning on having O Connect at 12 noon. I mean, 360 at 12 noon tomorrow. But either way, if O Connect is not, if OES is not back up, we'll do it on Restream, and we'll stream it out to all the channels, so you'll get the information anyway. Either way.
Oh, it's so cute. They're acting like they always use the O Connect. But even when they had O Connect, a lot of the times these webinars, even the 360 ones, by the way, were done on what I'm assuming would be Restream, since that's allegedly what they use.
We'll find that out tomorrow. It's very simple. Chris will talk about Restream a little bit.
Hi, Mr. Level.
The other thing, we have done some, we talked about little things that you can do to get you where you want to get, bottom line, as Mr. Mike Ellis always says, in Onpassive. Using Onpassive.
Yeah, I mean, I think I have an affiliate link for StreamYard down below. The Recovering Hunbot does. You don't make a lot off of it, though. It's like you need to have so many people sign up with the paid plan before you make anything. So I don't think they would be making anything off of that. But that might be why they're using it. Because it's not like O Connect makes the money.
Without being, let me say it again, a marketer, okay? A lot of people tell me they're marketers. Well, I ask them 4 or 5 questions and I automatically eliminate that. No, they're probably not. I know what they were told and all that. Marketing is not easy. It's very in-depth. There's many things. A/B testing, what works. And by the way, marketing means you can get traffic, targeted traffic every day, different people every day to come to your site. And I don't mean solo ads and all that garbage, okay? So it's very difficult.
That's not really what marketing is. Marketing is just doing ads for your products and whatnot. That's not really I guess targeted marketing? I don't know.
With Onpassive, which I really
feel like that's another category,
is the branding and marketing from the company. There's going to be tons of people here coming to the platform. Why are they coming to Onpassive? I'm going to tell you why. Because it will have state-of-the-art tools that everybody needs or wants.
He said it has, and then it will have. You see that he corrected himself there.
Right, look, I may not need this one, but would I do anything online without a video conferencing? No.
Video conferencing.
I want the best for the lowest price I can get at the highest technology. O Connect. What I'm seeing in O Connect right now, My opinion, and I've tried many of them, blows everybody out of the water. And even more mind-blowing than that, Mr. Mufara said when it came out 3.5 months ago, yeah, this is good. Wait till you see what we got coming. Whoa, that's the company we're in. Where great's not good enough. So you got that, you've got OCreate, you've got all these things. And I'm telling you, OCreate, we had, there was an app you could buy, I forgot what it was called. Doesn't matter, where you could get in and build your own site. And the problem with that was they made it sound simple. Anybody can do it. But they know, yeah, you can do it. But when you're done with it, it's a site that nobody's going to click on because it looks like.
The funny thing about this is the irony of the fact that even if you go to the Onpassive website right now, it doesn't look like a site anyone would want to click on either.
Some little kid did it. You know what I mean? Nowadays, you got to have a nice looking site. You have to have something that goes boom, right away, boom. Set it up without taking up too much of your time. All these little things, because this is a now type of people. Now, when I was a kid, I would go in the morning and the news would be on at 5 o'clock, channel 3, 6, or 10. And we had VHF was 30, 40, 29 and 48. That's it.
Okay.
Any news around the world, you didn't hear about it until 5 o'clock.
I don't know if that's true.
Add millions of Jimmy Olsons out there. They got the phone and they do it live. They actually, news outfits use those clips from everyday people to give you the news. It's now. That's the.
They still have news at like we have news at 6 here. Like, what do you mean?
So you have to you have to think that way. Even if you're an old guy like me, you got to move with the times. And Onpassive is moving with the times. And the beauty of it is it gives you the tools as if you're up to date 25-year-old. Because it's built for you. Everything's drag and drop. You know what drag and drop is?
Yeah, how many people that are in their 20s are in this? Because there's not many at all. And the ones that are in their 20s that are in this tend to be from places where there's not a lot of technology. So
hold your mouse on it, drag it over, boom, now it's part of your website.
Really, he's acting like they don't have the news anymore. Like, no, Marty, they do still do the damn news. I don't know what the fuck you're on.
Read it and says, I, John Smith, change it. I, Marty DeGarmo. That's it. And you can do all that. I don't like that color. Boom. I don't like the way that looks.
Boom.
The redirect. Where do I want them to go after this? And you think about it for a minute. And look, we brainstorm, which I was talking about, in a group and say, hey, Fred, what would you do? Well, I would have it go from here to here. What are you trying to promote? Oh, I'm promoting Onpassive as tools. That's a different animal. I'm promoting Onpassive. I'm using Onpassive to promote my other business. That's a different animal.
No, you can't use Onpassive to promote your other businesses, remember? Because Chris said that if you're promoting things along with Onpassive, other than Onpassive, you know, then he can't trust you. So you're not allowed to anymore. Chris said so.
All that is possible. Listen, every MLM that I've ever been in, and I've been in, we figured me and Mike at least 50. Every one of them, you have to buy a kit.
Okay, first of all, the weird flex. I've failed in 50 businesses that are MLMs, so come along and join this MLM underneath me. I promise you we're going to be successful. The 51st time is definitely the time. It is the one that's going to do it for me. Like, what? MLMs is the only fucking industry where you can brag about failing at them several times and then still ask people to trust your judgment in the one that you're in right now. It's like, no, like, and the fucked up thing is that it actually works. Like, people will be like, oh, well, if he's failed 50 of them, surely this one is the right one. It's like, no, why would you trust him then? Like, if anyone else failed at something 50 times, okay, like, would you jump in to do it with them the 51st? Probably not. And now actually, I'm going to let him talk a little bit about this next thing.
And the kit wasn't it wasn't good for anything. It was good for nothing. You couldn't blow your nose on it. It does nothing for you. What a kit really is, it's a box of stuff that you have to buy from the company to put you at a a place where you qualify. That's not a kit. Then you put it in your garage in some cases. But the thing about Onpassive is whatever.
What he's trying to talk about is he's trying to talk about the starter kit in an MLM company. And he's not wrong. When you join an MLM company, they usually get you to buy a starter kit for them. And this kit will come with some marketing materials. So you usually get pamphlets. Like, just for example, okay, I was with Scentsy. So my starter kit with Scentsy came with a warmer that was like worth $20. It came with, I believe it was 3 bars of the wax. It came with an entire stack, like a good 200 like magazines, Scentsy magazines that I could then hand out. It came with a bunch of order forms, so if I did home parties, I'd have like actual order forms to hand out, that kind of thing. I'm sure there's a few other things I'm fucking forgetting about that were in there too. I believe it cost me around $80, literally $80, and a lot of the stuff actually did come in a little bit handy, I do have to say. It was helpful when I was with Scentsy to at least be gifted a warmer and wax, and I put gifted in quotations because you do pay for it. But Marty talks about this as if Onpassive doesn't have anything like this. And here's the thing. With MLMs, is the starter kit great? Yeah, you can get some use out of it, especially if you're doing like in-person home parties. Then, you know, having a bunch of the order forms and a bunch of the magazines comes in handy. And like I said, they usually give you a product or two, usually cheaper ones, but still, so that you can start attraction marketing pretty much right away. You usually get your starter kit like a week after you join, right? Something like that. So, pretty much useless though, because then if you think about it, you're already starting in the minus. But here's the thing, is that Onpassive did kind of offer a starter kit, if you will. Although instead with Onpassive starter kit, you got to pay $97 to be at the top of their pyramid, and you got nothing in return. And then, depending on when you joined, you waited around for a few years, and then finally you got the use of the OES and a handful of free products that kind of suck. So I don't know what he's talking about. And it's the same when they talk about auto ship. And I'm like, but you guys do technically have an auto ship because you force people to buy OConnect in order to sell OConnect. And then the payments due quarterly. Just because it's not a monthly auto ship doesn't mean that you don't have a so-called auto ship. So some might argue that the starter kit in this one sucked more because they just paid $97 for a spot on the pyramid. And it sounds like for a lot of people, that spot isn't as high on the pyramid as they thought it was going to be.
Whatever business you like. And I know there's people out there pushing health and wellness. They're doing, I don't care what it is. You do it. You use Onpassive as the toolkit. Listen, every time we invited people onto a business, myself, Mike, and Dan, the first thing we were thinking, how do we help them get going? Now, we could use the same old crap that you're hearing every day, some from people and founders that will do what I'm doing and you'll be rich. That's MLM BS. You know what BS is? Buffalo. Okay, it doesn't work that way. If it worked, there wouldn't be only 1% of the people making money. People can't duplicate themselves. If I could easily duplicate somebody financially, I'd copy off Elon Musk. I'd be worth a couple $100 billion. It's not possible.
Lord.
So what you have is in Onpassive is, okay, Marty, you dodo bird, you've got this business, you want to share some lotion that you really believe in, you've got testimonials. Okay, what are you going to put together? Well, I'm going to get Ocreate and modify it to me. I'm going to get this so people can reach me. So I put my my club in there, what club it is, and
Okay.
I put, where I wanted to redirect, and you start building
Uh-huh.
this small universe. Everybody in Onpassive should build their own little universe. You should own your
Aw,
own
that sounds
little
kind of
Onpassive.
cute.
Stop looking at the big picture. This is big enough for you to build for you.
Okay, so wait a minute. You just spent months telling them all to start looking at the big picture because Onpassive was about to launch to the world and it was going to go viral and blah, blah, blah. And now you have the fucking audacity to be like, stop looking at the big picture? Come on.
You and your family. Now, where is the piece that's missing? If I invite people
It's
in,
like
I'm
a-
going to be pushing Onpassive itself.
Onpassive is like a 5 million piece puzzle, except it's all just black, just the color black, every piece, just black. And like half of them are just randomly missing. And they're like, good luck putting it together, guys.
So that's different, like I said. But let's say I had something I loved and I've used it before, something I drank or ate or whatever, and it really helped me. You gotta be careful how you say it because we're not doctors. You can say, for me, I started taking this, and this
Okay.
is before and this is after, and these are my friends, and you do a little testimonial. But here's where Onpassive kicks everybody else in the butt.
Because when they do their testimonials, they do them about products that don't even exist yet. Because yeah, that's been a thing here.
Freddie comes in and likes my products, and he really likes it. He could go to his family. If he's freaking insane, you never go to your family. Don't go to your family.
Don't go to your family? Oh, okay.
He needs to go to people he doesn't know. And he needs to be able to figure out how to do it. Well, how do you do it? Okay, Johnny, here's what you need. You need to O-Connect. Oh, I do. You need to get O-Create. Okay, O-Pal. And you tell him why he's doing that. And then you make a package within Onpassive.
These
This
don't
is the
even
package that Johnny
exist.
needs. So when he invites people into his business, he says to them, how big do you want to grow this? Are you happy just using it as a customer? Because I'm not here to push you into anything. Or would you like to make a business out of it? Oh, I'd love to make a business out of it. Okay, I'm not going to sell you a BS Buffalo, I'm going to give you a toolkit that you insist people get. Now, here's what's going to happen. People automatically go, boom, they put up a shield and go, oh, he's trying to get me. No. Listen, if you say it right, I want you to succeed.
No family,
You know
guys.
what you
No
want.
more
You got to know
family.
what you want. The toolkit, if you use it, will also pay you. No, I didn't. say
Not
it.
for you.
The toolkit will pay you to use it.
No.
Now, that would be
You're lying. The toolkit does not pay you to use it. That's not how it works. Now you sound like Sherry,
like you're
damn
going
it.
into a mine and you're a gold miner and you got a pick and you got a little sipper pan and you're using it. And every time you use the pick in the pan, you get paid for it. Plus the gold that you might find from the product that you're trying to sell.
Yeah, I was like, I have no complaint. I mean, yeah, if he wants to tell everyone to stop going to their family, but with Onpassive, I mean, okay.
And you tell them that you want more than one stream of revenue, right? Why not make revenue on the very
Like, do you
tip
think that we could get him to next time tell them to stop bugging their friends? And then maybe the time after that, we could work on like, don't bug your coworkers and acquaintances. And eventually we can work up to him just being like, yeah, don't promote this at all.
together for people to succeed just like you did and help them. Once they realize that it's not me, it's we, and you have the tools to do it, and by using the tools to get paid for it,
It's not me, it's we. I love it.
what will actually happen, and you can tell them this, by the way, sharing this great product that you absolutely love, and I've seen some of the testimonials that look really powerful.
That's his best one other
There's a
than
good
boom,
chance.
baby.
But the Snap-on tool kit you bought will bring in more revenue than the actual product that you're trying to sell. No joke.
They're really into this O-Create product that we will probably hear about several times over the next several weeks, and then it will just cease to exist.
You tell them stuff like that, and be honest with them. Look, I'm not going to give you a line of BS because you can't duplicate what I'm doing.
I mean, at least the good news is everyone appears to be in the exact same position, no matter what position they are in Onpassive or what team they're on, as of this moment. Because nothing's working. They can't do anything. And they're all just kind of having hangout sessions where they all just convince each other that everything's okay.
I can't duplicate what Chris is doing. Nobody can duplicate. That's a lie. That's a lie. Numbers don't lie. If duplication was fact, there wouldn't be one Tony Robbins. There'd be half a planet full of them. So this gives you the opportunity.
Oh my God. There are so many of them that there's a whole community of people like myself that just call out like motivational speakers and people like Tony Robbins for being full of shit. So like there are so many of them. And this was kind of like my point, was that there's already all of these businesses out here that claim that they'll coach you as a guru on how to run the most successful online business. Right? And that's all Onpassive is doing. There are millions of them, not just one person as a motivational speaker like Tony Robbins, but then on top of that, there's literally millions of companies and like half of them are MLMs. So it's like you're running their business, just like Onpassive was. That's why Onpassive's whole idea isn't really new and innovative. There's also several technology MLMs and cryptocurrency MLMs, and then there's a bunch of these fucking scams that are like buy targeted traffic or buy followers or subscribers, right? Like there are so many Tony Robbins. Too many Tony Robbins. There's not enough of us to stop the number of Tony Robbins there are out here.
Opportunity to be you build your business in multiple streams of income, because you're also going to bring people in to that product, if that's what you're focused on, that will actually use the product for themselves and build Onpassive.
It does, right?
Because the first thing people are going to do is judge revenue. Okay, here's the package. Here's what I'm making. Here's what I'm making from the product. Here's what I'm making from the tools. This is making double. Why not take that 1/4 or half of my energy from here and put it here? I get all these products free now because I'm making way more money than I put in. So you take.
But you're not. See, and that's the misconception, is that you're not using them for free. Okay, you're still paying for them. Here's the thing: you're a millionaire, and you buy a cheeseburger. You're not getting it for free. You're still paying the $5. I know it probably doesn't matter. It's pennies to you, maybe not even, but you are still paying for it. So, what in the MLM math was that?
Alex, and you become.
That's boy math.
Onpassive tools, which is going to expand daily. Anyway, just a thought. I wanted to go make people.
Oh man!
I'd like people to get them to think of what's possible in this business. And remember, I know you're thinking, yeah, it's easy for you to say, but that's not what I'm saying. When it's time, we get a club and we work together, and we can sit in a club and say, here's what I did. Here's what the results were. You're in the same club and you go, oh, did you send out that website? No, I changed it. Here's the background I used. Now, and on that
video, did you change it because O-Trim is down?
I use this video. You might wind up with 50 clips, little clips, 30 seconds. You could put the clips on a rotator. So you can show the page, but every time somebody clicks on, it's a different video. But those are little things we can find out how to do together and let people decide.
Okay.
Getting paid for the tools and the products itself. Come on, nobody does that.
Right?
I've made this platform. If he was to
nobody wants to be in your club, Marty. Okay, stop promoting it out here. All right, if they aren't already in your ONET group, they won't be.
A platform for himself, personally, it would be Onpassive. He did it though, so it's scaled for the world. Anybody that wants to do it, and you would think, oh wow, this is so cool. Everybody will do it. Really? How many people told you no? That's what makes the world go round. But you're going to find a lot more people that are in love with what they're doing
But I thought that when this went live, you guys were going to go viral and everybody was going to sign up. It wasn't even, 2-3 weeks ago, maybe, that you guys did a big speech about how all of us naysayers were going to one day come and join Onpassive. And it sounded like you were going to, like, force us into joining. A little worrisome of a speech. That's probably why I remember it so well. Because I was like, wait a minute, you going to, like, knock me out and steal my credit card? What do you mean?
Onpassive as a tool to help promote the business.
That's the only way I'm joining.
Anyway, I'm going to turn it over to Chris, and I'll be back if I can think of anything. When Chris is done, we'll do Q&A a little bit. Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, Paul Smith is the AM radio host in Detroit, Michigan, but apparently Chris isn't aware of that. I guess he has no time for radio since he's going from webinar to webinar.
Thank you. Good morning, my brother Marty. I love you with all my heart. Love your words of wisdom. As a matter of fact, I got a lot of compliments on what you were saying yesterday. I'm sure I'll get them today. I appreciate what you do every single day. I appreciate my admins because they do a great job. I love you for that. And let me say, first of all, I want to hand out some prayers today, real quick, to people. Sometimes you think you have a little rough in your life, and then you hear someone talk about their story. And one of those stories is our good, beautiful sister, Sherry Green. She's going through some issues right now. I'm asking that you pray for her, lift her up. You can probably even contact her, get her some good words. And my other brother is Rob Gorman. Rob Gorman, I watched his live.
Do watch the comments. They will get fun. Hello, Crafting with Sandra. I hope you're having a wonderful evening. Marty has admins. Yeah, in his, they have their Onpassive Nation group on Facebook, and he has the admins there. Basically, it's Gina Leva and Tanya and, like, John Barilla. Basically the same people that are, like, modding his YouTube, which I think he also calls them admins. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think he calls them moderators usually. Chris does. Does Chris have admins? Yeah, he does. I mean, it's kind of like their joint group now. Even though Onpassive Nation started off as a Marty DeGarmo and Dan Street and Mike Ellis, good old Mike Ellis.
I'm Mike Ellis, by the way.
Now it's very much Chris's as well. Chris is kind of like they're the fourth in line, I guess. Hello, Bear Creek. Yeah, he also has mods. He has mods in his YouTube, but they're not as quick as some of the it's the same Tanya from the Nazal post, exactly. That's why, like, when I brought that up in the video, I said, like, they sing her praises. It's because she really is the admin and mod of, like, all their groups, their channels. Yep, they say that she's a lot of help here at Onpassive.
Today he was going through some stuff. They do have to cut down some of their shows because of his health. He didn't talk a lot about it, but Rob, we're praying for you. We love you. Keep doing what you're doing. Doctor's orders. I know exactly what doctor's orders are, and we're always praying for all of you. Now, I want to mention something. I just had a question sent to me an email as Marty's talking. Hey, how do I find? Listen, every one of you know that we come on every single day at 10 o'clock. We do our thing. That's not going to change. If it did change, we'd post it on our social media right now because you have no back office to go into. But we are on every single. I'm not a calendar.
This is because they didn't set up a live for quite a while. Even my community was starting to go, how come Marty and Chris don't have a live? And then it kind of appeared. So I think they were a little late posting this one in comparison to other lives. Because usually they like set up like a week worth of lives. Like all at the same time. You know how sometimes I'll set up like 2 or 3 in a row for the week. They'll kind of do that same sort of thing. But there was no live up for quite a while today. So I'm sure people were like, hey, are you guys going live today? Again, they don't set it up, right, until like an hour or 2 before. That's them doing it, and then they get mad when people are asking if they're going live. It's like, well, if you had set it up earlier or done a post or something about it, then everyone would have known. but you didn't. So obviously they're going to wonder. It's so silly.
But my life is on a time zone right now. It's 10 o'clock. And other shows that I jump on. But you already know these shows that's been on forever. So
that's a good point too, Joe. Marty switched his channel and he says that he's going to be doing a lot more from the new one. So they might be wondering, like, is it on the new channel now? Like, what's,
Our YouTube channels, that's what we're doing right now. And it'll go. I want to say this. Collins just sent me a text. He's coming on with Andy at 2 o'clock. Both awesome. Very good. I actually love them because they speak the truth and they put all kind of crazy stuff in it.
Yay.
So pay attention to that. Now,
okay.
I also want to send out a very special birthday to Dr. Modi, who went home. He's no longer with us. Happy birthday to you in heaven, Dr. Modi, and to all of India. Remember what he was about. He was about helping.
Dr. Modi passed away not that long ago. What was it? Just a couple months ago, unfortunately. That's what Chris means by saying he went home.
People, he believed in Onpassive. He was about giving. He believed in Onpassive. So let's always keep him in our mind, especially
Onpassive has unfortunately lost several people. They often prey on the elderly and the sick and elderly. And so they've actually lost quite a handful of people who they've promised would make commissions before they passed away. And then, they're still waiting to make commissions now.
Indian brothers and sisters, Dr. Modi, we miss you. And I promise I'll see you someday.
Right as it connected, Sam, Marty starts a channel about technical support. The site crashes.
Soon. Not soon, but someday. I don't want it to be soon. I don't want to die. I want to live. And that's the truth. I have more reasons to live every single day I wake up alive, if that makes any sense. But my gosh, what we're part of is an amazing thing.
I don't want anything bad to happen to anyone that I cover. I always tell people, if you actually hate the people that you're covering, stop covering them. Okay? Because nobody wants to just hear somebody out here just spewing hate. Like, I hate them, If you're getting too mad, step away. That kind of things. I don't want anything bad to happen to Chris either. But I do want them to be held accountable for what they have done to other people. Like in this scam, and in future, if let's say they get subpoenaed for the SEC trial and end up also in trouble, I won't exactly be upset about it.
Marty said something, multiple streams of income. When have you guys ever had multiple streams of income? I had one job. That was my income. If I could have times that by 10 and had multiple streams of income coming from my one job, woo! I might be sitting on a big yacht right now talking to you. But that's what is coming our way. Multiple streams of income. Write it down, stick it in your head, and think about that. That's all you need to think about right now. Ashbafar is doing all the work. Let him do it.
Victoria says, I seriously think they thought that Dr. Modi, who died from Onpassive, was the Prime Minister of India. I mean, maybe. They probably did. Yes, we all love Pam's clock.
You got to do, and keep thinking multiple streams of income, positive, helping, and all kind of crazy. All right, now, I would like to make a quick announcement.
Okay.
We are doing Shining the Light. We are postponing
Shining the light
until O Connect comes back. Reason being is because not only do we want to shine the light on,
but it was Shining the Light. What happened to Shining the Light? I liked it better.
You, each individual, but we also want to shine the light on our phenomenal product, O Connect. So I did. I know I have Pakistan, Singapore, Bangladesh, not 2 or 3 other groups. Send them. Just keep sending them to me. Kevin's making the posters as
I don't know much about Hindi. Maybe I should look into it more. I don't really remember off the top of my head right now, but I do not believe that they call it heaven, although they do have a version of it.
I said don't schedule nothing yet, but we decided that we don't want to shine the light on others right now because we want our product to be there, and that's what we're going to do. But we also are going to start a couple times a week inviting people to our live to shine the light on them, just to let you know that there's different branches that we can do to shine the light. We realize there's millions of people, and it'll help out. So be prepared. You might get a phone call one day. Hey, you want to come on our live, talk about Onpassive, talk a little bit about you, and that's what we're going to do. And the reason we are waiting for O Connect, because Restream, I don't want to say it sucks, but it's not O Connect, and people have a hard time getting into Restream, and it takes sometimes 30 minutes to get the show going because it's hard to figure out Restream, and that's why we're doing it. I got to bring this up. Tanya Onpassive had texted me this morning. Let me read it to you. Now, as you know, I did some reconnaissance on a couple of groups yesterday.
Yeah, so Chris did some recognizance, as he says, on a couple groups the other day. Let's discuss this little Facebook fiasco, shall we? There is a Facebook group that is called Onpassive Nation. It is not their Onpassive Nation Facebook group, but it is another Onpassive Nation Facebook group that was opened by founders. I believe most of them to be in the India area. And so here is proof here. They've been posting in this group in support of Onpassive even, where here somebody says, when OES comes back online, I bet I'll be the first to know. Laughing out loud. I check on it many times per day. It's exciting and fun. So they posted up, as you'll see right here. This is Onpassive Nation, and this is posted up by someone named Chelsea McNeely, who is not anyone we know. And if you look at their profile picture, they have Onpassive as their like border on their personal Facebook. So it's somebody that's in Onpassive, right? Someone that's in Onpassive. Hindi doesn't believe in heaven. They believe in reincarnation. Okay. So there you have it. So then no, you wouldn't be. You would be reincarnated then. So I guess you wouldn't be going to heaven. But see, Chris doesn't care about anyone else's religion other than his own. And he thinks he can just apply his religion to everyone else, and then they should just be cool with it. Like, he doesn't understand that in some religions it's extremely insulting and stuff, you know? But as you guys can see, just a day ago, they posted up with Mohammed Nizal's initial, departure message saying, time to get out, founders. And as you can see, there's 7 reactions, 6 comments on it. One of the comments is from Chris. And he says, this post needs to be taken down and please leave this group. This here says, this person responds, hi bro, you need to make a screen and send a company and they will remove it for you. But you have a contact with Ash and he will delete it. I believe they hate tears so much. We are together and together we will win. We will win. Together we will win. It just makes me laugh because this whole thing has been about winning this entire time and I still don't know what the fuck we're winning. 6 years, no one's won anything. And what is the prize here? What is it? Then he does another post in the group in which he says, please leave this group. Nothing but lies and negativity. This is not the real Onpassive Nation group. A true founder should not be in this group. A true founder should not be in this group. And I'm kind of laughing because I'm like, well, okay. He says, yes, this is the real Chris Johnson. Yes, I asked for you to leave this negative group. So he was pretty upset about this, He was pretty upset about this. So Chelsea is one of ours then. She's a part of the It's a Scam Facebook group. All right. Well, I wasn't aware. But Chris got pretty upset in the group, and people in this group asked questions and whatnot, but he got pretty upsetty spaghetti. So that's what he's talking about here. And I guess he and Tanya have been talking about this.
Asking people to leave those groups. And boy, did people leave those groups and they're coming into Onpassive Nation. Tanya explained to me, and I want to explain this all to you. Hold on. Okay, if you have a locked profile and you're trying to get into Onpassive Nation, that's not going to happen. Tanya, who's about ready to kill me because all these people are coming in. You have to answer the questions, okay? But if
so Chris claims that because he did this, a whole bunch of people left this other group and then came and joined their group. And now Tanya's the admin, right? Hold up. Chris is a top contributor in the group, though. Yep. He was. He was until one post went up that wasn't even all that bad.
you have a locked profile, because Tanya just doesn't say, oh, yeah, I know that name. She goes and she checks your.
So now if you want to join Onpassive Nation, you are going to have a public Facebook profile. And by the way, your Facebook profile has to be in your real first and last name. And in order to be in Onpassive, on your YouTube channel and all your social medias, you also have to use your real first and last name. In other words, doxing yourself onto the internet. They claim that if you do not dox yourself, then you're not a real person. But you should definitely trust them as well when it comes to internet security.
Your profile, see what you're doing, see if you're talking about a passive, whatever, post, and that's when she'll let you in. But if you have a locked profile, Tanya could not check it out. And she's the best administrator I've ever seen in my life. And people sometimes get mad at her because she answers the truth. Or
she doesn't answer. She's a bitch. She's a bitch. Okay, she doesn't treat people nicely at all. She's fucking rude all the time, constantly. I'm getting sent things from Tanya of her in chats telling people off, just being straight up rude with them, of her in the Facebook groups being rude with people. If you call that telling the truth, then,
Or she doesn't let you in. There's reasons for some people that she didn't let you in. I can't get in there. Why? Well, Tanya wouldn't let me because you probably did something against the standards of Onpassive Nation or just Onpassive or in general. So just remember, don't lock your profile. One thing about Onpassive is we want everyone to be seen. We do have a lot of bad individuals out there that try to get in and say stupid crap and all that fun stuff. And that's okay. That's normal. I'm going to hear it the rest of my life. Even when I'm standing on top of the top, people are still not going to like me. And that is okay by me. I don't expect everyone to like me. If you would have heard the conversation this morning, I have my son here for a couple of days, and then we're going up north and we're going to go camping with my family, which is a first in 30 years, 20 years. And my son my son is a technical just guru in his mind that he wants to do all this stuff. So I gave the phone to Marty DeGarmo, and I'm surprised we're not 30 minutes late because they were talking. They were talking about ideas, and I'm going to go over here, Joe. You guys just keep talking, but it was really cool. That was something that someday in the future we will do on two peas in a pod in our podcast. That's the kind of stuff we're going to be talking about. How to build your business by using the Onpassive tools. Get paid for using everything. I still love that. I got paid by the hour.
You don't get paid for using the products. Okay, there's not a timer, let's say, that times how long you do a webinar on OConnect for, and then every hour you're on OConnect, you get a check for like $2. Okay, that's not what's happening here. You don't get paid to use the products, you get paid to sell the products. What you mean is that you don't get paid to sell the products unless you use the products.
For 32 years. Okay. If I got paid for what I really did there, woof, that's what Onpassive is going to do. Where you're going to get paid for using everything. Yep.
Chris's son is such a guru that he tried to get his industrial company to join Onpassive for the products, and they didn't join.
All kind of things out there that do this and do that, and you got to jump through hoops, but they do not pay you. So that's a big thing. Multiple streams of income through Onpassive if you're a early bird founder.
It's funny because how many of these video conferencing apps and stuff like that actually do have affiliate programs.
You should know what I'm talking about. and it's very, very exciting.
Yeah, they're not
I'm
great.
excited because Canada had a beautiful day yesterday at Canada Day, and the American 4th of July is coming up. So I will broadcast that. I can't wait because for the first time in many years, I'm going somewhere with my kids, and I love it. It's awesome to me because I didn't have a lot of chances to be with my kids because one moved out of state, the other one.
Tanya says, just open your profile until you are approved. A lot of people from Bangladesh have blocked profiles.
Was going to school and has a career now, but this weekend is ours and we're going to have a lot of fun. I'll be hooking up I have a very small boat now. I'm going to hook it up to my RV and I will be bringing my laptop. I will still be doing lives with Marty every day. And it's just going to be fun. Stay excited, guys. All right. Stay excited. What did Tanya say? Just open your profile until you're okay. Stay excited. Stay fired up. And remember, I haven't done nothing in a long time. Yeah, I went on a little trip for 3 months. That will continue when Onpassive really gets going is where you're going to see me.
I haven't gone anywhere, done nothing in a long time. Yeah, I went for a trip for 3 months. Okay.
Traveling a lot more. Right now, I got some family things I got to deal with, but I'm still doing Onpassive. I'm not going to miss Onpassive every morning at 10 unless I stop breathing. Then when you don't see me.
Why? If you're going on a vacation with your family, surely you can take that day off of streaming, can't you?
There, but stay positive. Ash Mafar is the man, I call him.
I'm only streaming right now because my family was doing other things and I got bored.
Because of all the things that he's probably doing or going through, which we don't know. We hear say things. My thing is I hear people saying certain things about certain things, and I'm like, well, I don't even know if that's true. I don't say it unless I know it's the truth.
When this really gets going, that can be Chris's. Yeah, whenever that is. Chris showed a FaceTime with him once, his son. Yeah, I remember that. And he was working on the shop floor. Can you imagine if a guy from the shop floor goes to the admin offices and tries to convince them to join a scam? Oh, God. And he's like, my dad's in this. Yeah, that would suck. I mean, if you're camping too, right? Like, hopefully there's a data center that Ash built out on that campsite.
I made that mistake. 3 years ago, and I posted something I shouldn't have because I listened to somebody else, and boy, did I get it. I got it really good. And I don't want anyone to feel that way because.
Is that not bizarre to you, though, that if you post something slightly negative about this thing, then you get it good? Like, that shouldn't really be a thing, should it?
The responsibility that myself and Marty have of telling you the truth is huge. To speak of the truth, showing you the right way, that's a huge responsibility, which I love. But I want everyone, no matter if you're doing a webinar or you're sitting back, we all want you on the same page. And by coming to these lives or our YouTubes right now, even though the back office is still migrating, even though we come on every day on YouTubes and we talk about Onpassive, what's going on. Marty gives his take, which is awesome. I give my take, which is happy birthdays to anyone that has a birthday. I say some prayers because that's who I am. I'm not going to change. I love me. I want you to look in the.
Oh, we know it, Chris. We know you love you. We're about halfway done, so we'll be right back after a message from my sponsors. Today's video is brought to you by...
Do you have a berserker demon? You may think that's a strange question, but I've dealt with berserker demons. What's a berserker? The word describes ancient Nordic warriors who fought with uncontrollable rage. This is where we get the expression, he was so angry, he went berserk. In the days of Vikings, berserkers would enter a trance before battle to get supernatural strength. They fought with a frenzy. Sound like someone you know? As we say, they lose it. Explosive anger can come from frustration, feeling disrespected, trauma, mental and hormonal issues, and drugs, but uncontrollable rage can be demonic. As an exorcist, I've dealt with berserker demons. If you've got one, you'll need more than anger management therapy. You may need an exorcism of a berserker demon of anger. That's inhuman. I'm here to help at boblarson.org.
Whoa, looks like you got a bit of a tangle in your dangle. Did you know that more than 8 out of 10 hose owners die each year? Not anymore. Hey, turn me on and watch my hose get huge. My mom always told me I was a grower, not a shower, and boy was she right. And if you squeeze me in the right spot, all my raging fluids will come flying out of me, and instantly I'll retract to my small, natural, convenient size. Amazing! Oh, yep. Shout outs to all my flowers and growers out there. And just like a real snake, it can contract and expand like an accordion. You know, we really wanted to name it the Snake Hose, but that's the title of a gay porno. I mean, I've never seen it, but, Lizard's close enough. This is my next door neighbor, Sharon. She didn't know I was filming her. She also didn't know I had my hose in my hand, too. If your hose weighs more than 15 pounds, I feel sorry for you. You see, women prefer light, dainty, petite hoses. You don't want to be walking around with a big honking nanner. Oh, Sharon. Whoa, watch the whoa, don't get it caught on the thing. Whoa. Hey, buddy, watch where you're going. You don't want to end up like that guy, still using a standard hose, not going anywhere, and he's fucking bald. Fuck! Look at my hose, people. Oh, yeah, it's growing fast, and it's not kinking up anytime soon. Now, I don't know who lives here, but it's time to wake up. Behold, the full length and girth of my hose and its full potential. Hey, can't you see I'm filming a commercial here, you fucking asshole? Wah! Take that, fuckboy! No one fucks with my hose! The Lizard hose is about $30. You get 25 feet. That's like, just a little bit more than $1 per foot. Now, fuck it, we'll give you 2. That's 50 feet. Get fucked. Come on, touch it.
Wait, do you have a condom? You don't have one somewhere? Yes. Oi, excuse me there, sir. Do you have these directions? Sure, you just go down that way and make a turn. Don't let her know that your dinger is almost a no-go. Get Tiny Dinger condoms to you discreetly. It's very important to choose the right size, so make sure that you get your tiny size. Don't be caught without a condom. No. Get Tiny Dinger condoms, a YouTube streamer's favorite brand. Located at your local CVS pharmacy, Rexall, Shoppers Drug Mart, Walmart, and in your favorite streamer's nightstand. We get it. You're into feet, and not many girls are also into feet, but you finally found your dream woman. We got your souls covered now. Brought to you by the same people who brought to you Tiny Dinger condoms, trademarked, a YouTube streamer's favorite brand, and the same people who brought to you Sexual Endorphin Spray, trademarked. We have now created the Foot Fetish Fantasia Spray. When you're rubbing on her toes, take a deep breath in and smell the sweet aromas of the toilet bowl, the tire shop, dead flowers, and your nana's perfume. After all, it will turn you on more than just her pinky toe will. This little piggy has been to the market and grabbed themselves a bottle of the Foot Fetish Fantasia Spray, trademarked. It made it so much easier to wake to my ex-girlfriend's feet after she posted up her beach trip vacay photos. Grab your bottle now and make that nasty foot fragrance vanish just like a ghost. Located at CVS Pharmacy, Shoppers Drug Mart, Rexall, Walmart, Kmart, Chaz R Us, and in your favorite foot fetishist nightstand. Are you getting upset with people's freedom of speech and consumer protection laws that allow the public to speak out about your scam? Are you giving YouTube creators false strikes in order to continue preying on vulnerable people? Is it getting hard to hold it in? Hold in all the bullshit? Well, introducing Tiny Digger diapers, the adult diaper designed for the man baby deep down inside who's always on the way to the top where his ears will pop. With our FlexiFit technology, Tiny Digger Diapers moves with you whenever you sit on your chair, sit in your RV, sit on a boat, or sit in your home office paid for by the people you scam. The Secure Lock Core offers unmatched absorption for when you're full of shit, which is most likely all the time. These diapers keep you dry and comfortable so you can attend all 500 hours of webinars this week and not miss your chance to sign up a homeless man to your scam. Maybe he also needs the diapers, huh? Brought to you by the same people who brought to you Tiny Digger condoms and Fantasia foot spray. Buy Tiny Digger diapers today. Located at Shoppers Drug Mart, Rexall, Walmart, Target, your local CVS pharmacy, and in your favorite con artist nightstand. No matter where your day takes you from webinar to webinar, you will always be dry and you won't have to cry. Thank you for listening to a message from today's sponsor. Yes, thank you. Sam says that Tanya is a demon, and I have to agree with that.
Let me hear all of you and say, I love me, but you, not me. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I get.
You know what we haven't played much of?
Stop going there.
Haven't played much?
Stop going there. Crazy. The more excited I get, the crazier I get, because the ideas in my head are flowing what I'm going to do with these products. My son and I, we're talking about all kind of things, making different kind of social medias and funny things we're going to do. And it's going to be a blast. All thanks to Onpassive, because I'm going to use their tools, their products, which I'm going to get paid for. And so are you, to create some excitement in this world. Because right now,
again, you are not getting paid to use the products. You're getting paid to sell them. Don't sell them, don't get paid.
This world needs a lot of excitement. I am praying for every country right now that things stop bad. I pray to get evil out of my life, out of this world. And that's what Onpassive is. Onpassive is going to slowly float in. And you're going to slowly see the evil get thrown away where it can't be touched. Onpassive is going to change the world one person at a time, one country, one state, wherever you are. We're going to change it for the better because of all of you. Marty DeGarmo, that's all I have. Back to you, my brother.
Because a bunch of people buy some technology to help them run their business. Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. Wow, 30 minutes. We're done. We wrap it up. Yeah, I do want to emphasize.
Yep, we're done now. 30 minutes, we're done. We can wrap it up. Totally forgot about the fact that this is supposed to be a question and answer period.
Onpassive Nation, the original one, started with myself, Mike, and Dan. We have created it. There was a reason, even back 4.5, 5 years ago, we wanted to build relationships. If you want the truth, I mean, everybody makes mistakes, but if you want the truth and you want it firsthand, besides Ash, I mean, the secondhand,
that's right, Joe.
Trustworthy.
Wrap it up. Wrap it up like it's a tiny dinger condom.
Onpassive Nation's where you need to go. You just got to follow the rules. If I don't follow the rules, Tanya will kick me out. So just do the right thing. It's a good place to be. You can chat with each other, no problem. But you start promoting stuff and all that, and all of a sudden you're going to see darkness. That means you've been kicked out. So don't play that. A lot of people watching.
So then if you start promoting stuff and all that, so promoting what other stuff other than Onpassive, so then it's not to run your business other than Onpassive again? Oh, lovely.
I see other groups where they've gone, crazy because nobody's really watching them. That's horrendous. There's other groups that took over Onpassive Nation name because that's what people do. I don't get it. You can't come up with your own name. But yeah, if people want to join, fill out the questionnaire. And
there's only a couple Onpassive Nation groups, and the other one is Onpassive Nation Ghana. So I don't know why they'd be mad about that.
Tanya said, don't hide who you are because you won't get in. If you block who you are, you're not getting in. If you can't say who you are, I don't want you in.
If you got to dox yourself to be in a community, don't join that community. I've been saying that out here since 2019.
Neither does Tanya or anybody else. You know who you are. If you're somebody shady and you can't let us know, then okay. Like Tanya said, you can unblock it, come in. Maybe it's something with work or something. Okay. Once you're in, block.
The funny thing, though, is that I could use many names, Marty. I could go in that group, right? I can make a Facebook profile or use an old one I have, maybe switch it up a little bit, put my maiden name in there, and I could still get in. You're not stopping, allegedly, us naysayers from getting into the group. There's already some naysayers in your group. It's a private group, right?
Again, but we need to know you're real and you're human. Anyway, we have almost
Yeah, I
550
doubt you
people
would.
here today. I really appreciate it.
Let's take Marty, since we did, so let's take 5-10 minutes and do some Q&A.
Oh, yeah.
The rules.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let's take 5-10 minutes to do a Q&A. Oh yeah. This is why I think it was even an afterthought for them. Like they were kind of just like, oh, I know. We'll act like we're doing a Q&A on there, and then maybe they'll come to us for questions. Like they're going to the recovering Hunbot so much to ask their questions right now. Almost forgot to do it. Wrapped it up without it. And now they're like, oh yeah, let's spend 5-10 minutes taking those questions, you know? Wouldn't join a group that wants tiny dinger diapers? No, don't. Need to know you are real and human, like becoming a founder, right? Hi, Chelsea. Hope you're having a great night. I hope you're having a great night.
Here we go. We will answer some questions, but here's what you need to do.
You made an appearance.
Stop chatting with each other for a minute. And if you have a question, it'd be easy for Chris to find. Put a Q and then ask your question. And we'll do it for a couple minutes.
Put a Q. I thought this was hilarious when he said this. The first time I heard this, when I was recording this down. It is sped up a little bit, by the way. Just so you guys know, I think I forgot to say that at the beginning. I'm sorry. He was like, you got to put a Q and then ask your question. And it's like, yeah, I get it. They get a lot of like fucking comments in the chat, but how many times have you guys been in their chat and you've been the only one that asks a question and then they flip out at you for asking a question? Like, they notice the questions. So it just made me laugh. They're like, put a Q and then ask your question. I was like, okay.
Don't mind.
Yeah.
So ready, go.
Ready, go.
Let's see. And they're going to come fast. So, wow. People, can you stop chatting just for a couple minutes so we can get some questions
Stop
in here?
chatting, and we'll do some Q&A.
Yeah, remember, they've established that they have a lot of control over their chat, so surely they should stop chatting when they say so.
Put Q, here's my question. Q, here's my question. We're still getting hi, love you. Yeah, thumbs up. Okay.
It is funny, Gaga. If you do pay attention to most of the comments, they are really just saying hello to each other in the chat. Like, they'll come in just like they do here, right? It's like they come in here and they don't even pay attention to what they're actually fucking watching. So it's like sometimes they might just see the word Onpassive in the title and go, oh, must be an Onpassive stream. Better go say hi to everyone. Because they're told that they have to prove their loyalty and they're told that they have to stay engaged. And right now, the only way to do that is to kind of get noticed during one of their webinars. So it's like they all just come in, they all say hello to each other. I don't even know if half of them are listening.
It's a while to back down. There we go.
Slowing down.
See, even Chris agreed.
Have a gorgeous day. Answer yes.
Yes.
I
You guys said that at like the same time.
Days. No idea what that means, but I don't see any questions. Come on, guys. I know you got something out there. You're very welcome. Question. Why is your head so big? Red. Because I have so much knowledge in there, Red Redford, that it just exploded.
So. Did he ask that question?
He did.
Well, no. Here's the real answer, Red. We saw that planetarium you call a head, right? It was very off-center. It was like, here you are with this mask.
It does make a really, really fun shadow on the wall, Red's head. We know that much.
It had me and Christy's little dinky ones, and we worked on building our head, so we're trying to get close to yours.
He's building our head.
Yeah, I got some questions. All right. Hold on. Stop chatting, guys.
I've got some questions. Put your questions in the chat. Stop chatting. Put your questions in the chat with a Q, but stop chatting.
Where'd it go?
You can go back
said,
down.
why? What if I don't have 6 people for shining the light? That's okay. The less, the better, because it's quicker. If you have 4, 3, or
Okay, hold on. Wait a minute. Did I not just react to these two in a webinar within the last week where Marty was extremely adamant that you had to have 7 to 9 people if you wanted to do their shinning the light? I seem to remember him being like, you have to get a group and it has to be 7 to 9 people. And I even remember being like, that's kind of bullshit that they have to get a group together for you to interview. Like, that's something that you guys should be in charge of, getting the groups together. Like, tell people to write in if they want to do it, and then you decide the groups of people that come on together. You know what I mean? It was just weird. And now they're sitting here going, no, you don't need a whole big group of people. And this is what I mean. Like, they don't even stick to their own rules. Like, Marty comes on and he's like, oh, yep, you need 7 to 9 people. And then now they're going to say you don't.
4 people that want to do it. That's
No. Yeah, here's the thing. If you want to be in Shine the Light, give your name and your email to Chris. We can add you to other people. We're just saying if you have a group, it makes it easier. That's all.
That's not what you said, though. You literally told them you have to get 7 to 9 people. Otherwise, there's no point in doing it. That's literally what you said, was that there'd be no point in doing it otherwise. I think what happened is you did a few of those, didn't you? And they went for half an hour to an hour long. And you realized that it was going to be a bit more, like, longer of a stream than you had planned for. A bit more work than you thought it was going to be. So now you're trying to walk that back. And no.
We want anybody that wants to come, really.
okay. Vivine Benny said, can we do a crash course on Omar? We will.
Yes.
How to update the profile for multiple accounts? I'm not sure that I understand that question. You understand that?
The question is, how do they update the profile for multiple accounts? The answer is, unfortunately, Onpassive does not give you the ability to update the profile for multiple accounts at the same time. Therefore, you have to log into each account individually and update each profile individually. You do that by going into the account. There's an edit button, I believe it is, and then you edit and update it. I just answered that, and I'm not even in Onpassive. But okay.
Question?
What was the question?
How do you update your profile for multiple accounts? You might be able to answer that better than I can.
Your account for multiple accounts. You log into each
Oh my
one
God.
and change your profile. I don't know what you mean, unless you're talking about Facebook, or I'm not sure what you mean. Either way, you log in and change it.
Marty, why would they be talking about Facebook? Yeah, Marty, they're asking you how to change multiple account profiles on Facebook. That must be it. On ONET, possibly, and it's the same answer I gave earlier for the OES, same thing. Although you do it in ONET instead of in the OES profile. You do it with your ONET profile, right? I like, come on, Marty.
All right, you ready?
I have
Chris says, question, what will change after migration? Answer, it will be worse. It will be laggy because it's in India. It will go down more, probably. You know? Oh, please, multiple accounts have been a thing forever. Why the confusion, right? And it's like, they know that you can't update the profile of multiple at a time. Like, you can't do that. So you have to do each one individually. It's really not, like, they could have probably thought for 2 minutes and come up with the answer, but maybe not.
Peter asked, are the updates going to be there when it comes back on? I believe there'll be some updates or new version or new whatever.
But he's asking, that's not one of ours. Where's the migration? Are they going to migrate to their new data center?
When Onpassive comes back on. Now, if anybody's telling you it's coming back on in an hour, half hour.
This person says, question, when are you calling me to shine my light? This person says, when is the ecosystem coming back to live?
An hour from now, tomorrow, we don't know. But we do know there's a lot going on.
They're talking about updating multiple Onpassive accounts. Yeah. Yeah, and unfortunately, Onpassive does not have a way It's not like in the ecosystem, you can have all of your accounts in one ecosystem. Do you know what I mean? So the answer is that you can't update multiple Onpassive accounts at the same time. In the OES, in ONET, no matter where it is in Onpassive, you would have to go into each account separately and then update each profile. Obviously, they're not talking about Facebook though, Marty. Obviously. Marty's really stupid, but like most stupid people, he doesn't know he's stupid. He thinks people will come to him with tough questions, but anyone can see he can't even answer the simple ones. Well, the worst thing about stupid people is they often don't know that they're stupid. It takes some intelligence and self-awareness to admit that about yourself. And you can't use the same email if I remember correctly. I believe you're right. I believe that you have to have like a different OMail and different email. And I think, didn't it even have to be a Gmail specifically that they asked you to use? But you'd have to have a different email. Marty and Chris will start a new Flat Earth channel when Onpassive fails.
It'll be back exactly, write this down, exactly when they're done.
When they're done.
All right.
We'll be okay.
Here's a question. How can I market a passive if the service is down? By doing what we're doing right now. You can share all of our lives.
How can I what?
But this is they have a good point. Okay. They're asking, how am I supposed to market this business Onpassive when the website's technically down? You know, no one can log into it. So are they just supposed to be like marketing it? And then if someone gets a hold of them and says, hey, I want to join, then what? They're supposed to say, oh, everything's down right now. Can you just wait a few days? Like, I think they want you to tell them like what they're supposed to be doing or how that's supposed to work. You know what I mean? Like, that's just keep doing webinars, and then if people want to join, just tell them you'll get back to them, and hopefully the website will be up soon. Like,
How can I market dog? How can I market a passive belly?
You used Yahoo. I think other ones will work. I just remember them being like, make sure you get a Gmail. And I was like, that's kind of funny. Kind of funny. Just saying. Don't sign up in your own mails. It will be up when it's up. Yeah.
How can I market a passive?
That's because, see, the thing is that you can't sign up in your OMail because you need to sign up in order to get an OMail, and that's where they fucked up. If they really wanted OMail to be successful, they would have made it so that you didn't have to join the OES back office of Onpassive in order to use it. You know? Like they would have done what all the other fucking companies did and left it open for the public to use, and probably would have made more money off of it.
I would just wait till it comes back. We've had 6 years to do that, and you'll have 60 years when it comes back up. It's no big deal.
Keep reading. I'll be right back. I got someone at my door. Sorry. Hey, come on.
Just take a break. Honestly, take a break. Go take a breather. Go get to know your family again.
He doesn't mute himself, right, guys?
Even the people in the comments here are telling people like each account is its own entity. You have to log in into each one to update it. Marty couldn't even come up with that. And this James person here says, here is my question. I became homeless when we were first registering my accounts. I have not done this yet. How do I reconcile?
I'll be right back, guys. Sorry. Bubba. Yeah, crazy dog.
I muted him. All right, what do we got? Any more Q&A? Oh, here's one.
Vivine says, will we be able to build our own product app in our own language using Onpassive tool? Which is a pretty good question.
I gotta look at them. Man, they're flying by. Will we be able to build our own product app in our own language using Onpassive tools?
Numbskull Husband says, how many high-tech companies take over 4 days to migrate to new servers.
Levine, of course, you being a big thinker, do I know that we'll be able to do that? Everything I know right now? No, I don't know that. Will I be surprised if that was possible as time goes on? I believe it would be.
Well, I hope that they're not only going to be able to build websites in English. Otherwise, you kind of have one heck of a nerve preying on people who don't speak English.
I really do.
I don't get
if
that.
If it's needed and people want it and it solves an issue, it will be there. That's Ask Me Farm. Very good question, though. Very good. Those are things once we get rocking and rolling and we can stabilize, probably a suggestion box or something.
Like Gogo says, for a sell like this, you may need to get the person now, not later. But since they can't pay anyway, it all seems hopeless, right? Right? I mean, it was even hopeless when they had the website up and running with the OES because they couldn't pay. But at the very least, they could get people signed up for the affiliate program and they would be able to go into a back office and see some things. There was a time when they were signing up people when they only had a website. So that's why once they got the OES and some programs, we were kind of like, oh, fuck, finally, you know? But now it's like we're back to square one. So now it's extra hopeless because I don't know if I'd want to send people to the website in its state right now.
And Vivian, and that's a very good question, actually.
Okay, I apologize, Marty. I got the.
And here's my thing too: is if you guys remember, OCreate's supposed to update every day. So you build your website how you want it with their OCreate, and then the next day it changes on you. And after you probably spent a couple hours building it, and then you just want to smash your computer against the wall because what the fuck is that? Like, I don't understand the selling point being that you're like creating your very own website if it's just switching up. They better explain that more.
At my door, they need to get in my yard, and the dog's crazy. Okay.
We build our own product app. Well, I'll tell you what. I can tell you this. I believe you'll be able to go with OCreate, make a page for a certain product, whatever one you want.
Okay.
Put images in and put your language in there. Absolutely. Because that's possible now. So, yeah, you'll be able to do that. OCreate, you're going to be able to do anything you want. That kind of thing. Because even if they don't have a language translator for that, you can go to Google, and they have Google Translate right now. Plus, you know the language. Remember, you can look at.
I was just like, why the fuck would they have to go to Google Translate? Like, if they are building it in their own language, Marty. Just think about that for a second.
Rewritten things about the product, and you can change the wording to your language.
But I guess the answer is use your browser's translation feature, because probably not.
So anything's possible. But will there be more and more down the road? Oh, yeah, absolutely.
All right. I'm back. I don't know. I'm going to read a couple I just seen pop up because I'm hold on. Where'd it go? It was someone died. Where'd it go? Someone died back in March. Listen, you first contact their family. He's asking, can I take over the account? First thing you do is you got to contact their family members.
No, Mordecai. Google is actually just a search engine and not a truth engine.
And do it, because if you don't have their information, or maybe it's something that you bought or paid, it's doable. But we always try to contact the family first and try.
Okay, sorry. I might have talked over this one a little bit. We're gonna go back a tiny bit. The question was, they had a family member that passed away, or someone they know passed away, I guess, with an account. Can they take over the account?
You got to contact their family members and do it, because if you don't have their information, or maybe it's something that you bought or paid, it's doable. But we always try to contact the family first and try to let them take over the account. If they don't want it, well, then we can do something about it. When do the benefits from the marketing campaigns in Dubai? So I know we got some bad people on here, but why
was that question a bad question? I mean, they want to know what came out of the marketing campaigns in Dubai. You would think that that would have been already shared with everyone since it's been quite a while. I'm just saying.
Let's see. French, you got that one, I think. Mamadou. I will, when everything gets going, we'll bring you on, so don't you worry.
Robert Takusi's here. Each account is a separate entity. Log into each one and update. Exactly. Yeah, Bob.
Honestly, like, it sounds like a perfectly fine question to me, because here's the thing. Remember, they're buying traffic in this. Okay? So when you're going to buy traffic to your website and then the company, it claims that it's doing all this marketing, you're probably wondering, okay, well, you know, like, how much traffic is that marketing going to bring me? Right? So you're probably wondering, since when this marketing went on, there wasn't much happening. Ash claimed that he has a bunch of people that signed up, almost like a bunch of traffic, in a vault somewhere. Right? Remember? And a lot of that is from the Dubai marketing and whatnot. So they want to know, when are you releasing that? You need to know, am I going to have to pay for some extra traffic to my site because this Dubai marketing campaign didn't really fucking work? Like, these are things that they're going to want to know for running their business. And if they're a so-called founder of this one, they have the rights to know that information. Especially if they're marketing this business, they have the rights to know, right? I mean, they keep talking about them like they're marketers, right? Yeah, it was like 2 years ago. But they allegedly did the Dubai show, 3 or 4 times at least? Like, so if you're an O-founder in this, you would probably think that they've been doing Dubai marketing nonstop for the last like 2 years. So you probably would be wondering, well, why on top of that would I then have to also buy targeted traffic and whatnot? Like, is that not getting me anywhere? Like, it's a good question. And that's not one of ours either. There's a few people in here that are really not our people. And John Barilla starts to get angry at and say that everyone is attached to me and the recovering unbot that asks a question. Like, if someone is in their chats right now and they say, when are commissions going to come? And John Barilla is there, he pops up and goes, they're connected to that queen and Hunbot lady. Get them out of here. And it's like, no, I don't know that person. I don't know that person at all. They're not connected to me or Alonda whatsoever. They're literally one of your co-founders. They're really paranoid. Really paranoid. Technically, Ash said Onpassive is no longer selling targeted to founders, technically, and then he went back on it and then again said that they would be selling them targeted traffic. But again, that's with everything. We don't know what the fuck this thing's gonna do. like we really don't. Even in terms of the O create. I mean, how long have we been talking about Oblast for? You know what I mean? Like, technically, like, we still don't know. But they talk about it like they're going to have it, and then Ash will say that they're not going to do it, and then, you know, it falls off for a few months, and then when they need to get excited over something again, then Ash goes, oh, well, don't worry, guys, because soon we'll have that targeted traffic. It's like, he just likes to keep things almost to pull out as, like, the bingo card when he needs something to kind of be like, hey, look at this, the distraction. You know? So I don't know if they're going to or not. Right? Because technically that's what you were supposed to also be using O-Tracker for, was to track your targeted traffic. Chris, not a good response, fella. No, not really. Somebody wondering if their ONet post will be deleted after the migration, as if these two boneheads would know. And do you know what? I can't even answer that question. I can't answer that question. I'm not 100% sure. Usually not. Usually, if the migration goes well, even if you're migrating to a new host, you're technically just taking everything as it is and then moving it over. Right? And a good host will know how to do that and not erase a bunch of your shit. So as long as that goes well, then it should be okay. But most migrations don't take over 4 days. So I don't know what we're doing with this one. So, like, I don't even know if we can answer that question for them. It's like, I hope not. It shouldn't be. But it might be, because I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what they're doing. Allegedly, this got messed up. They were supposed to wait until Monday, and we're going to get into that, why I think that's bullshit at the end of this. But, it's like, it should be a seamless migration where nothing gets messed up and everything goes along smoothly, but it should have also not taken 4 days. So, I don't know. Buying extra traffic was one of the first buttons Ash added to the OES dashboard. Was it? Although if ONET posts are deleted, is it really a bad thing? Probably not. But I can understand why people would want to know that, right? It may be Ash doesn't remember from month to month as nothing is ever written down. I think that's almost exactly what it is. And I feel like he makes up a lot of it as he goes along. And then again, doesn't go and write notes of it to remember in future. And that's why he's a problem, honestly, because that's no way to be running a business and to be like planning about your business. Because I feel like a lot of times he just comes out here to plan his business with these people. And they're just doing like brainstorming sessions all together, but like he's also doing it. You know, like that one day where they just started listing off products and it just sounded like they were putting O in front of a bunch of words. And we were like, what products are these? We've never heard of these products. The fuck is going on? It's like, is he just brainstorming future products now with all of them? Like, what the fuck is he doing? But that's how it goes. It's just, nothing is in stone here. Nothing. And that's not okay. Because there's people in this that are depending on this to be their business. And they should definitely have all of these things written in stone, right? You should never be in an MLM and not even really understand what your compensation plan is. And the commissions and all that are already confusing with the charts and all that as it is. But here we don't even know how it works at all. All right, like O-Tracker is supposed to cost money. And there's no price on it, but you can sign up for a free trial. It's like, okay, but why isn't there a price on it yet? That's ridiculous. How are you doing free trials on something when you don't have the price of it? It's just insanity. Nothing is as it should be here, and it's really unfair to the founders that are a part of this thing because they have the right to know all this information. And, honestly, it makes it difficult because then Ash can just change things around whenever the fuck he wants because nothing's ever in writing.
I just said it. That's what I was could have said, but would have been much simpler. Hi, Chris. I'd like to shine the light on myself. Unfortunately, I'm only one. That's okay.
See, like this person says, Chris, could you provide your email address so I can send my details for shining the light? All right. And you're going to notice that they say get a hold of Chris, but the one thing that they don't do is leave his email address to get a hold of him.
Yeah, like I said, give him the information. We'll set it up. Marcianne, the dancer.
Give the information. We'll set it up. Okay, can you, where to, Marty? What's this fucking email? You guys don't tell them. Is everyone here supposed to have Chris's email address fucking memorized or something?
My question, a lot of French people speak, want to come, what can we do to help them because of the language? Well, eventually, Marcian, we're going to have instant translator. And I'm guaranteed French is going to be one of them because it's such a big language.
Yeah.
So all that's going to come. It's going to be a bilingual company. It has to be. We're global. So yeah, I'm sure that's in there. Like I said, Marcian, we push that if it's not right away, but oh yeah, I believe it'll be there. Guarantee it. And plus people like yourself, Marcian, can help people out a long time down the road until we get
There you go.
something.
Instant translator. But here's the thing. They said that they were going to have that on O Connect. And we all saw how that went. So I wouldn't hold my breath.
That's more easy to use. Because you know the website, if you go to the top right-hand corner, you click it and you can change it to French, at least the website. And I think the same thing can be if you're creating a page. But even if it isn't, it will be. I believe that. That's my opinion. I believe that 100%.
All right, here's a good one. Here's my question. I became homeless when we were first registering my accounts. I have not done this yet. How do I reconcile? Well, you should first talk to the person that signed you up. And if you can't help you, we can help you with that.
What is it he wants to do?
When he first signed up, he became homeless,
Yeah.
and he never got to
Migrate?
register to the OES.
Oh, yeah, we can help you. There's a lot of people can help you. Trust me. You'd be surprised. My question, okay, let's.
Wow.
Here's one. Good question, Vivian. I don't know.
How are you going to help him? Are you going to pay for his O Connect? Like, I don't understand how you're going to help him.
Will we be able to build our own product app in our own language?
I already answered her. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh boy, we got some bad people in here today, but that's okay.
Not really.
Hey Bob, if you're on here and you see a question I missed, you can answer that.
Ooh, I like this one from Paul Smith. Why did Ash lie about owning its own servers?
Do we have our own data center now? Someone asked, is that true? We're migrating from AWS. That I don't know. I have none of those.
They were, what was said, go look at the video.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know people are saying we're transferring this to that to that. They were working with AWS and there was a miscommunication. The site went down Friday instead of Monday. At 10 o'clock, it was supposed to go down. They're working on it, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Whether it is or it isn't, it's no hair off our back, right? I mean, what's the difference? But eventually, this is just common sense. And we've been told this, as soon as they can, they want to get their own servers because AWS sucks the money right out of all companies. So yeah, that's what they're working on. Will it happen next Monday or an hour from now? I don't know. We already know that the goal is that's what they want to do. Nobody wants to do that more than the person putting the bill, and his name is Ashley Farr. That's all.
All right, here's
Wow.
an easy one. Can we up?
Hold that thought. Let's just talk about these servers for a minute, okay? All right. There's Diamond Mummy wondering why they thought she was a naysayer. Because again, you ask a question, you must be one. But let's just take a second because they said the Onpassive servers. Now, Ash did say that, yeah, they were supposed to shut it down on Monday, but they ended up shutting it down on the Friday instead, which was, it got shut down on the 28th. So let's just take a moment. This right here is the creation of their website with their domain and everything like that. As you can see, the contract signed with AWS began on June 27th, 2018. Okay? June 27th, 2018. I know what you're saying. You're saying, oh, look, Queen, the expiration date actually says 2028. That has nothing to do with the contract with AWS. They just usually give websites like a 10-year to whatever expiry date. Okay, that doesn't mean that you're signing on for a 10-year contract necessarily. It's just that's when it will completely expire on. As you can see, that says that they're with GoDaddy LLC. So they were using AWS servers. All right. And again, the date of it is June 27th. Okay. Now, I personally think that Ash's contract ran out. on June 27th of 2024. You can usually get like a 1-year contract, a 2-year contract, a 5-year contract, etc., right? So what if he got like a 5-year contract and a 1-year contract or whatever, or was just doing it by the year? Ash always thought that he was going to have his data centers up and running by now. He's even lied several times in the past, claiming that they have data centers or they're in the process of building them in the moment and have been for at least 4 years now. But my whole thing is that they don't have their data center, right? So they had to get AWS. And what if he thought that by 2024, he would for sure have his data centers up and running? All right, so after he does a 1-year contract, because here's the thing, if you think about it, Ash didn't realize this scam was going to pop off until about 2019. Halfway into 2019, when it really started to pick up, okay? So it makes sense to me that maybe he would have bought like a 1-year contract, then maybe bought like a 5-year contract, because after a year of the scam going, it starts to really pick up and people start to really join. So he's going, oh, maybe I should keep this going for longer. All right, these are just like speculations, my personal opinion. I just want to make it known, though, that the date is for June 27th. So it's interesting that the day that the site goes down is June 28th, and he mentioned he didn't have the money to pay for it, which would go along very well with his contract ending on June 27th, him not being able to have the money to renew with AWS. These companies will oftentimes give you, like most companies, by the way, will oftentimes give you 24 hours to make your payment, right? So let's say, he obviously didn't pay on June 27th, so they kind of left the site going for 24 hours or so, and then they pulled the plug on it because he didn't renew a contract, didn't pay again. But you can look up this information. You can look it up. And the fact that Marty and Chris don't even care to go to look up, like, who is the host for their servers, like, any of that, just goes to show you, like, how much information do they really know about this company, technology, and the likes then. They won't even take 2 minutes to look into, like, what was the host that they had and where the hell are they going. Which, speaking of, we went and found out where they were going because, again, you can find this information. And during this migration, it obviously switched over to let us know the new server host, which, as you can see, is a place called HG India. So I can very confidently tell you that Onpassive was once on AWS servers, and then come June 28th, right, of 2024, they were no longer on AWS servers, and they're in the process and have been for 4 days of migrating to an HG India server, and therefore not their own Onpassive servers. All right, HG India is an Indian hosting site, and it's not like their version of AWS. It's not as great at all, but it is a host, okay? So you're not using Onpassive hosting, therefore you're not using Onpassive servers, not to mention, I don't know if you could run Onpassive with your own servers. I feel like it would take a lot of them. And if you don't have the money to pay for AWS, I just don't know if you have the money to build your own servers. But this is your company, Marty and Chris. Okay, you're the ones whose face is on this. You're the spokesman for this thing. And you want to be the ones who people turn to for information. Right? So how come when you're told that the site is migrating, your first question isn't migrating from what to where? Or your first thought isn't to go and look up more information so that you were aware more so of what was going on here so that you could answer people's questions. Because it was my first thought. My first thought when I found out you were migrating is I have to go now and get new screenshots showing who they were with. Because I've had these screenshots before of who was their host. I've shown them many times in the past that they were with AWS via GoDaddy and etc. But like, this is what I mean. I immediately went, my subs are going to want to know who was hosting them again, because maybe you wanted a refresher since we were going through this. And then they're going to want to know where they're going. So I have to also find out who their new host is going to be so that I can let my subscribers know, since we're following this. They might have a question about that. If I just come out here and I just say, hey guys, Onpassive is migrating, everything's down, damn, that sucks. I mean, I'm sure you would all be like, thanks for letting me know, Queen. But it's a lot better when I come out here and I tell you that, and then I say, look this is who they were with, and look, I found out who they're going to. And actually give real information. And so I don't understand how I think of doing that, but you don't think of doing that. And this is supposed to be your business. And you want to be in a place of where everyone comes to you for questions and answers. Similarly, I don't mind being in a position where people come over here and ask me questions about the Onpassive scam, but that's why I make it my responsibility to go do the research. Right? Like, that's my responsibility to go and seek out that information so that when I do a live stream here, if you guys ask me questions, I have the answers. It's just, it was so bizarre to me. It's like, why wouldn't you know this information? If somebody is asking you, are we moving to our own data centers now? The answer is probably not, because if you were, by golly, would Ash have been shouting that from the rooftops. And the thing is that you guys did lie for a very long time. You said you were using your own servers. And I said, no, they're on AWS. They are via GoDaddy. They're WordPress and stuff. No. We're using our own data centers. I even had Derek come in here and yell at me on a live stream about how they have their own data centers that they're using. And I got told I was a liar because I said, no, look, here they are with AWS. And then Ash had the audacity to come out and be like, well, we're with AWS, but they're too expensive. And it was like, well, thanks for finally admitting that after 3 years of claiming that we were lying about you using that. It would be nice if you could maybe apologize to me and the Recovering Hunbot for sitting on many, many streams calling us liars, saying we were lying about how you didn't have a data center. I'm just saying, there was a lot of times where that happened. So, like, you know, I just feel like you could have answered that question very easily by saying, no, unfortunately, we're not moving to our own data centers yet. We are going to be using the servers of a place called HG India. India servers, way cheaper bandwidth, right? Yeah, that's what Ash is trying to save money on, because it turns out maybe he didn't Fixo Connect as much as he thought, eh?
One billing address for multiple accounts. Absolutely, I did. All my accounts is my same address. And be careful when you fill that out, because right now, if you make...
Yeah, right now, when you get to know your customer, though, it's going to be like, why do you have multiple customers with the exact same address and the exact same name? this is bizarre. This is fraud. So no, you won't be able to eventually.
Mistake, you got to wait a while until they do it again. But I guarantee you there's going to be a lot of things that change when we come into Verify and all that. So things will change. So don't get hung up on that. But yes, you can use it for your account.
And another thing I want to add, I want to say this to people. Sometimes we get questions about the corporate side. And I want to tell you something. No matter what happens on corporate side, whatever it is, I want you to ask yourself the same question. How many plant managers, let's just use an example. This is an example. How many plant managers has Amazon gone through? None of you know. Does it change you getting packages to your house?
Yeah.
No. So it's none of our business. It happens every day. Things happen. Well, does that mean this is, forget what it means. There's no reason to think about anything on the corporate side.
Oh, Lord.
Here's the question we ask ourselves. And I'll answer for me because I'm the only one I can answer for. Do you trust Ashley Farr? 1,000%. Do you believe where he's taken us is going to change your life? 1,000%. Do you know who all the loyal people in Onpassive is? Both sides? No. Do you need to know that? Nope.
But you do.
I need to know that I did the best I could do.
You do, allegedly, if you're going to be deleting them from your live stream chat for asking questions.
I share with anybody that wants to hear. I try to inspire people to think. But I want to tell you
something. Is that what you were doing?
We know each other if we're here every day.
Oh, I get it. Marty acts dumb so that he can inspire other people to think. How nice of him.
I do trivia every night. We know certain people I know. But if you see somebody, a founder, and he pops up one time.
See, but that's like, they don't do any of that. And that's what I mean. Ash, it's not like Ash plants things for his business and then looks at the cost of what it would cost. No. He always does that. He just comes out and brags about things. And then afterwards he goes, oh shit, what do I have to, like, this whole business has been that. He even jokes about how this turned into something completely different than what he had planned. It's like he just comes out here bragging about having things and then goes, oh, whoops.
Nice things, and you leave and go, he's a great person. How the freak do I know that? How do I know that? I was at work when I worked at Fortune 500 companies.
It is true that there was a time when Ash said that you can't have multiple accounts and that you shouldn't have multiple accounts, but it was after he had told them all to go open up multiple accounts. Right? And now here they are saying that you can't have multiple accounts again, but they're going to have a KYC allegedly. So unless Verify is going to not verify certain things to help them commit fraud, I don't know how that's going to work out. A little weird.
And I would be with people not in the corporate setting, but off-site or traveling with them.
Because I'm pretty sure it's illegal to make like fake customers. And since the distributors are the main customers of an MLM, right? Like, would it not be the same as making illegal employees in your business? Like, you can't just have multiple of the same person with the same email, same address, or different email, but same name and same address. Like, I feel like that would get them into trouble eventually. You know?
And I went, oh my God, if the company only knew who this person really is. No joke. I thought I knew that person. We don't know. It's not our job to know. We don't need to ask. I need to know why. When you bought your phone, did you ask about all the tech guys that worked on it? The freak do you care? It matters if it's working or not. Then you go to support if it's not and get a new one. Yeah, we worry about stuff that's none of our concern. It just doesn't even make sense. Because Onpassive was so open, we think we're privileged or we should know this, that, this. No, why? It's a big company. It's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. We're going to expand around the world. I don't care if I know anybody in corporate. I just want to know Mr. Mufar. I want to follow what he's doing. That's it. Have we met people in corporate that I really like? Yes, of course. How could you not? But do I know everybody? No, I know Ash. Hi and the smile and all that doesn't mean I know him. I mean, come on. So don't worry about that stuff. I don't worry about that. I worry about, is Ash running the ship? He said 3-4 weeks ago. I'm taking
Ash
hold
running
of
the
it.
ship. Ash changes was after one particular founder bragged about having thousands of accounts. Yep. That was Michael Williams. And when I went up on their webinar, Ash said, "Do you know how many accounts Michael Williams had?" And I said, "Over 2,000. And he went, "Huh, he has far more than that." Like, it was a flex. Did you ever check if the company Marty worked at was a Fortune 500 company? The company that Marty worked at was called Yates Foil. He allegedly worked there from 1979 January until September 2004. And no, it was not a Fortune 500 company whatsoever. So I don't know why he claims that it was. I couldn't find it on any of the Fortune 500 company lists. So I don't know why he keeps saying that. Sam says, collecting Social Security is definitely a Fortune 500 job. You have a spreadsheet of all the people who did not transfer to the OES. Nice. Diamond Mummy has an attitude now. She said it's none of their business why they have questions about corporate. Well, yeah, because they say Onpassive is our business, so we should be concerned, and I agree. You want to know how it's working. You know? Getting a
Steering
taste,
wheel here. We might have got like a 1% or 0.5% off course, and I'm going to put us back on course. Good enough for me. That's all I want to know.
All right.
It's like, just because that's good enough for you, it's supposed to be good enough for everyone. Like, some people like to know all of the ins and outs of the company that they're a part of. Right? That's like Chris going, well, I didn't have to know everything about Ford when I was working there, so you don't have to know everything about this. It's like, okay, but some people that were working there probably did know everything about Ford and probably kept up with how it was doing in the stock market and everything else. Just because you didn't doesn't mean that nobody should, right? And even Angie here is saying, they can't answer your question about when this or that. So why do you ask, knowing that, except to stir the pot? And that's what I mean. They're all getting so paranoid. Like, Marty and Chris are making the people in Onpassive paranoid about each other now. It's leaked to within them.
Go ahead.
A couple more questions. This is a good question, actually. You guys stop chatting.
It actually goes well with the life cycle of the cult. Right? Okay. You'll notice that number 7 was hate bonding. Right? And they kind of did that with their us versus them mentality all over the place. And then it goes into traitors. And we've seen a little bit of that. Witch hunts have started. Persecution and paranoia. And the attacks have started, since they're saying to report all of you out of the comments and report your YouTube channels, which actually you can't just report people for writing a comment in your YouTube chat and you just don't want them there. Like, that's not a reason to report their whole account. Like, that's not harassment either. But remember, I told you guys that this doesn't exactly always flow right in order, and oftentimes they can jump around between a few different ones, and you might have like a bit of an overlap between a few of them. Well, luckily for them, they're doing 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11 all at the same time right now. And, that only lasts for so long before number 12 comes.
Able to verify an account for a child or someone under the age of 18. Let me say something first.
Oh, we need to hear this one. This one pissed me off quite a bit as a mom.
I got like a 1% or 0.5% off course, and I'm going to put us back on course. Good enough for me. That's all I want to know.
All
Okay.
right.
Go
Hold
ahead.
on. A couple more questions. This is a good question, actually. You guys stop chatting. Any idea how one will be able to verify an account for a child or someone under the age of 18? Let me say something first. In some countries, you're not allowed to do it because they have laws. But Marty's going to give you the perfect.
In some countries, you're not allowed to do it because they have laws. Not, we don't think that children should be working. Kids should just be kids. You know, they shouldn't have to work and make money. Not because it's morally or ethically wrong, right? No. It's just, illegal in some places. Just some places. Hello, Sanjay. How are you? I hope you are doing well. Unfortunately, Onpassive is still down and has been for 4 days. And I would maybe think about a plan B.
Answer right now, which go ahead, Marty.
One more time, say it again. I was reading something nasty.
I know. Any idea how one will be able to verify an account for a child under the age of 18? Use yourself right now until they're old enough.
Yeah. No.
Okay. What you mean when Dr. Benny told me to sign up my unborn baby, now I can't transfer the account to them, right? Uh-huh.
No, you're right. I mean, don't put a child in here if they're not legal in your country.
Right.
That would be crazy. And by the way, if anybody's saying anything negative, you've got to help us out.
Yeah.
Give me their name and what channel they were on.
Because we're not going to announce them on here.
No, because I got a pond scummer and it sucks out crap.
Yeah.
And I can't do it if you don't tell me where they're at. Don't just say they're on YouTube. We're on 20 channels, so I don't know where they're at. Go ahead. The post we already
Warren.
So again, you just run the account for your kids. Sign up in your kids' names to this MLM, and then you run the accounts in your kids' names. That way you can really fuck up their credit before they are even of age. Here's the thing. It's actually also illegal to do that in many places.
Set. He says that I missed Chris coming through Cincinnati. How do I contact you guys? I'm not going to put my email.
Imagine using founders' positions for building a college fund, right? Right? Diamond Mummy is going to challenge someone to a fight in the parking lot.
On here because if I do it, all the people that don't like me will be saying stuff, and I don't need that. But
That's
you
right.
can contact Marty through I don't want to.
Yeah, they didn't want to go into it in case we were like, hey guys, this isn't cool.
Either our Facebooks or social media. So, and guys, don't argue with people that are asking those questions. Just let them go. It's okay.
Yeah. Just give me their name and what channel.
Yeah, so let me get this straight. You tell people to ask questions, and then when they don't ask the questions when they ask questions you don't like, then they're automatically attached to me and the recovering Hunbot, evil people, and they deserve to have their accounts reported down. Did I get that right?
Channel they were on. Don't answer them. You don't have an answer they want to hear.
They come here because they want you to argue with them. Don't argue with them. Let them think what they got to think. We know that you're okay.
They're bottom.
No. We are going to.
Actually, we come there so that we can ask questions in the chat because you don't let any of them ask questions in the chat. And with them, you could ruin their livelihood if this business is allegedly supposed to be their livelihood, right? But we don't care if you block us out of the chat. That's the furthest you can do to us, is just block us out of your chat, try to report our thing down. We don't lose anything. Okay? The O founders in this, unfortunately, have a lot more to lose if they ask a question that you don't like. So we figure we'll just take the opportunity and we'll do it on their behalf. We like to see if you will answer the questions. And the thing is, nobody's ever rude or cruel or calling you names or anything when they ask questions. They literally just do questions. And in this case, you told people to ask questions, you dummy.
Have 360 tomorrow. If O Connect is not there, we're going to do it on Restream.
Yeah.
Ash Farah is always invited to these things, and we never.
I will try to stream tomorrow if they have Ash on. I don't know if I'll be able to do it live at noon, but we'll see what happens.
know till sometime 10 minutes after, or even 20 minutes after the meeting starts if he's going to come on. But I know right now that
Yeah, John Brilla says that Diamond Mummy is attached to me and the recovering Hunbot. Not to worry about what she says, but that's everyone that asks a question they don't like.
he's extremely busy working for all of us. So, but that would happen to those founders who have not migrated to the. Oh, that's a good question, Marcianne. What would happen if the people from founders who have not migrated to the ecosystem? They still can once it gets back up. Some people are on the fence, and that's their choice. I ain't missing this one. I expect them. I have a lot of people that never did that.
But they're haters then if they're on the fence, and they're naysayers, and if they have questions. Because if you're on the fence, it's probably because you have a lot of questions. And if they ask questions, then you're going to block them from your chat. Like, come on.
And you know what I say? You know what we say. We talk about it every day. If you don't want, you are. If you don't want,
But you know what? Actually, get Tanya and John Barilla and the two of you to block out all the O founders from your chat. Block everyone that asks a question you don't like. Continue. Because do you think if you block them that they're going to stay in your cult and buy O Connect from you if they ever can?
You're going to be really sorry soon because, but you have till, I think, September, if I'm not mistaken, unless that's changed.
Do you?
To get people in the ecosystem. Got to remember, a lot of people don't really.
Do you still? Because, like, that was brought up like ages ago, right? Like, what? It would have been last September when it was first brought up. All right? Like, damn it. I don't know if he is a mod, Sam. I'm not sure if he's a mod, but he's definitely a big chat rat. That's for sure. But yeah, no, they brought that up like ages ago. We haven't heard about it in a while, so like I'm not even sure. Do they still have until September? Like that, see the problem here? Okay, because it's like even if there's a webinar somewhere recently where Ash claimed, like I still can't take his word for it that it's necessary. And that they have until September for all of this. Like it's fucking ridiculous is what it is. Yeah, like, are we charging people the $1,000 on September 1st? Like, what are we doing here? That's what I mean. Like, and we should know this information. Because believe it or not, September's only a couple months away now.
And that's okay. Send them some emails. Let them know how to do it, when they can do it, and stay excited. But Ash Mafara isn't blocking anybody. He's saying it's going to be there. Get in. You know our policies of giving and everything else. It's a great thing, guys. If they don't want to do it, don't convince them. They will come. They will come when we build it.
They will come when we build it. They love that quote, eh? They watch that movie a lot.
And that saying goes. Is accounting accredited to other accounting softwares in different countries? Good question.
It will be, yeah.
I believe so.
How do you know?
It's got to be universal.
Okay, why are you doing question and answer session if you're not even going to answer these fucking questions? The answers are like, I think so. I believe so. Yeah, probably. Or it's, I don't know. Like, come on.
We're universal.
Let's see. Red said he's going to continue the Q&A on his show today.
Oh, God.
Please tell you about the 360 meeting. I can't. There's nothing to tell right now. Tomorrow's a different story. So,
do you not plan these? Like this is the thing though, is that they figure that if you're doing a 360 corporate webinar, then you have things that you specifically are going to be talking about. Like what's going on with the website, for example. They're probably all expecting you to give them more updates on that. Otherwise, why are you having a 360 corporate webinar? Like you do the webinars just to do them every day, not for any other reason.
Show up. Show up is all you got to do. That's
Paul, I don't want to argue. I want an answer for the founders. Paul, what are you, freaking some kind of big leader for all the founders? They ask a question. What do you want to know? Owning a server.
They're saying Paul is a troll. Well, he's some big founder asking a bunch of questions. Maybe he is. Well, I'm sorry, Marty. Are you the only big founder in this whole fucking company? Hey, you're the only one allowed to know what's going on? There are people with other teams, eh? You do realize, right, Marty? That, like, other people do have teams other than you? That there's people in India who claim to have hundreds of people underneath them? So, yeah, they could be asking you questions, right? The spokespeople for this, the face of the company. You want to be the one they all come to, right? So, yeah, they could be asking you questions so that they can take it back to their team. Why are you rude about it? Is this not an MLM business? Or, sorry, that's right, it's not an MLM business. Is this not a business where you recruit people to be your downline and you build a team? Like, so that you guys make money off selling the products, or what?
Does Ash own a server?
Isn't that what it is?
Of course he does. Don't ask question.
Yeah.
I don't know why anybody's lying to me. Yeah, we own servers.
No, you don't.
Don't even try to help these people, guys. They're here to argue.
But you don't own servers, though. You are renting servers. Literally renting servers. You are renting servers. Other places are hosting you. So no, you don't have your own data centers. Okay? This is what you're using instead. So again, why are you continuously lying? Even after Ash says he's switching from AWS to another one, you think that if he was switching to his own data center, he wouldn't have mentioned that? You guys actually think that he would be doing that and not be out here all over everyone's live streams going, hey guys, we have our own data centers now. We're switching to our own. Woohoo! And celebrating? Especially in this moment when people are not getting paid their commissions for like 10 months and they need a distraction. Especially with the site going down, they need a distraction. That would have been a great fucking distraction. Hey, look, we finally have our data centers. If that was going on, trust me, you would all know. They would have told you by now. It would have been a big deal. So the fact that you're sitting there going, yeah, well, of course we have servers, blah, blah, blah. No, you don't. Maybe stop lying. And you can't blame this one on Ash. Because, yeah, maybe he lied to you or whatever. But look, the information's public. I have it right here. Look, there's your old one. Here's your new one. Your old one. Your new one. Your old one. Your new one. So if you want to be the face of this company, maybe you should learn these things.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, do they own a website? Yeah.
No, you don't. You know what? Sure, Marty. Sure. Boom. That's how it works.
See, a couple more, then that's it.
Just let Paul go. He's obviously asking something that's stupid. He would got to realize, of course, they own servers.
Of course, we own servers. I mean, this guy, he's obviously talking something really fucking stupid. Because of course we own our own servers. We own them. These are with our data centers. I promise you, it's our data centers. Okay, we're using what's called Onpassive data centers in order to run our websites. So of course we have servers. Paul Smith, you stupid idiot. Don't you see that we have Onpassive servers?
Then that's just how it works, man. You got to stay plugged in. Do you read the newspaper every day, Paul? Do you know everything that's going on in the world? Because maybe you should read the newspaper. I mean, come on.
Probably does. Most of us do read some form of news. Oh, I forgot. According to Marty, they don't do the news anymore, right?
I think Paul's confusing it.
Maybe you should stay engaged and plugged in. Maybe you should know how to look up what fucking servers your company's using when it's migrating before you go and call people stupid who are actually more aware of what servers are being used than you are, Chris. Hey, stay plugged in.
With a server. A data center is full of many servers, okay? Yeah, we have servers.
What's the news?
Lady, you can go listen to him. He's going to have the same answers as we do. I think that's it, Marty. We can continue this once or
I'm
twice
very
a week.
sorry to hear that you've been in this for 3 years. And I hope that you didn't put too much into this and that you can get out of this cult and go on and live a free, happy life.
Wake.
Week, whatever.
Wake.
All right. I'm good, buddy. I'm good.
Okay, I'm going to do one last thing just to add a little bit of laugh or a little bit of smile.
Are you guys ready for this? You need to be. All right, seriously, take a deep breath. All right. Okay. Yes, unfortunately, they are also being sued by the SEC as well. So that's just not good news. Mohammed Nazal left. So I think it would be smart if people followed him. Hi, Kig. We love Big Rock. Pinkest hand waving. Ready?
Who's the best looking, me or Chris? Let's go.
No,
you got 1 minute. Go.
I mean,
Some people will be really smart. And they're going to say,
Who's better looking, guys?
They're both equal. My head does not look like that canned ham. Anyway, we're going to go. I'm joking. I stand with
I've been putting some stuff in there.
I think Marty and Chris. I told you.
I'm
Cran.
not good looking. I'm just sexy. Remember that.
Big
They're
difference.
not talking about how ugly babies are. They're talking about how sexy they are.
Because let's think
Most
about
of us
that.
read.
A tortoise, are they good looking? No, but they must be sexy to a female tortoise.
They got jokes when people are wondering when they will get paid. It's funny because not one of them asked about the payment in that question and answer session. And that's because they've been trained not to. They know the second that they mention the word commissions, then they're getting blocked out. And I just find it interesting that now whenever they do it, if you pay attention, they don't really bring it up often. I'm not really sure when it will be back up. All I can tell you is that they are going to be hosted by HG India now, which is not as good of a hosting platform as AWS, unfortunately. So I don't know how. But Red did say that it should be up soon. So there's that. Wouldn't hold him to it, though.
Dog. Thank you, Diamond. I love that. Woof, woof. I was called the yard dog for many years at my plant. So, hey, listen, I'm here to help you if you want to ask stupid questions or, I mean, I don't believe there's a stupid question, but the questions you're asking.
Yeah, the yes is still down. It definitely is.
Are I don't have answers for because you're looking for something I don't have. So I say go look somewhere else. Two
peas in a podcast. But you're close.
2 peas in a pod scammers.
All right.
I guess I'm no place in positive, right? No, not really. Yeah, they're pretty. But sometimes they come in because they want to let you know, I am here to save the day. Anyway.
I don't ever remember coming on here and being like, I'm a huge savior and I'm here to save the day. What I do, though, is cover scams and cults. And I remember saying, I think that we need to hold these people accountable and cover their scammy cult.
Yeah.
They care about you. That's why they're here asking dumb questions. I said your dog is cute, Diamond Mommy.
I'm too sexy for my shirt now.
All right, I'm going to go.
Yeah, we got to go. Thank you for the questions, even from the ding-dongs.
What do you call me a ding-dong for?
I said from the ding-dongs that asked those questions.
You both have beautiful hearts, and that's what matters.
Now we're ding-dongs.
Very, very good answer, Sherry Gray.
Yeah.
See, that's how you...
Yeah, see, that's how you do it. You got to suck up to us and love bomb us and suck up to us. And when we say ask a question, you damn well know that the only question you should be asking is, when is Ash going to take me to the top and have this go viral? Oh, actually, sorry, can't ask that. Maybe you can ask them, When am I going to be an internet millionaire? Oh, I guess you can't ask that one either. Maybe you could ask them when the site is going. Oh, wait, no, they don't like that one either. Scratch that, actually. Just keep your questions to yourself.
She should run for office.
The check is in the mail, Sherry. The check is in the mail.
Ding dong. But yeah, that was a bit cringe to me. The way they were like, oh, your check is in the mail. And yeah, Sherry, that's what you should be doing. Is you should be like completely just, I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. Just suck up to them all day long. That's all they want. Just suck up, suck up, suck up. Tell us how great we are and why is Ash so amazing? Yeah, that's probably the only question they would allow is why is Ash so amazing? For real, though. It's like even when they go up there to do their speeches, I feel like they've been told that in their speech they have to say who they are, say why they joined Onpassive, and then talk about how Ash is the greatest person in the world. Like, that's what they're supposed to do every single time. It's crazy annoying. Anyway, guys, that's it for Marty and Chris today. They once again told everybody to, stop coming here.
Stop going there.
And I guess they also told everyone not to panic again.
Don't panic.
Which, of course, just makes everybody panic. And I think that they found that out. Site has been down for 4 days now, completely. It's still down. Still can't do anything on it. And right now, the formatting of it, I'll show you what I mean too before we wrap this up. This is what I mean when I say like the formatting of it is not where you would want to send people. If you were promoting this right now and you gave them the website link, they would come on to it and this is what it would look like to them. It's completely unformatted. See, like some of the information is on there, right? But just the way that it's on there, it's not formatted the greatest. So like it doesn't look the best for you. You go to do read more and you can still like go and read about the products and whatnot. But it doesn't look the greatest. Like it's not very impressive. So, if they're going to be claiming they're making you websites and then this is their website, it just doesn't look the greatest. And still, one thing that you guys would have noticed is that there's no pop-up. So I just went to the landing page again, right? And usually if the site is, migrating or something, when you get to the site right on the landing page, there'll be like a message here, right? And it will be like, right now our site is going through maintenance. We'll be back up and running in no time. Here's the support. Basically, the only way you get that notice still is if you go here to the menu and then you go to try to register or log in. And then it pops up. And I just don't like that. Because most people maybe wouldn't think of doing that. Most people would, just come here, scroll down and be like, well, I don't know. They're not saying anything about their website being down. That's weird. So I think it's bizarre how they're like, oh, well, we told you about it. And there's a thing on the website. Yeah, there is. But you only find out if you go to log in. So still the same. I was hoping they would fix it, but here we are going on to day 5 of the website being down and that's all the same. So thank you for coming and hanging out with me tonight so that I could do this impromptu, quick little stream reaction. I'm going to be busy for the next couple days, but I'm still trying to get out that video about Marty's new channel to you guys. So I hope that can come out either tomorrow or the next day. And then Friday, we will be doing Friday Sayers of Nay. So look for that on the community tab. Again, the summer's going to be a little bizarre, and I probably am going to do a lot more like streams like this because, then we're just chilling. And usually after dinner time, I'm not really doing much for a little while. So, it just might be some weird times, but I always post them up on the community tab and on my Twitter, so stay tuned to those. And then you'll always know when there is a stream. And if you're in the Discord or you're a member in the Discord, then you guys also always know that there is a stream. Have a fabulous, fabulous rest of your night. And remember,
stop going there.
Don't come here and do not panic.
Don't panic.
I love you all, my sayers of nay, and I promise I'll see you very, very soon. Mwah! And I'll also see you, by the way, in the Recovering Hunbots chat. I'm popping in and out over there, so maybe I'll catch you there. Bye!
My name is Ash Mufara, and I'm your friend. My name is Ash Mufara, and I'm your friend. I'm Mike Ellis, by the way.
Call me Reverend Jim Jones, okay? Let's go to Guyana, all right? No joke. If that's a call. Hey.
Friend.
That negative YouTube channel has got more followers on it than I do on my own. And it breaks my heart.
And I'm your friend. My name is Ash Mufara.
If you're rude, if you've been doubting or spying, or we know who you are.
Stop going there. She wants to be the first to make us look silly. Yeah, Queen of Karma's on there asking for a debate. That's the lady I brought on. Her debate was 3 Minute Ash. And another Queen of Karma asking about why don't we answer the question about religion. I think we've answered that over and over again.
I've been answering them all morning long. It's not the answer you want, but
Yeah.
call me Reverend Jim Jones, okay? Let's go to Guyana, all right? No joke.
Alright, this is a great way to start your day. Come here and tune in to Crazy and talking about their experiences.
My name is Ash Mufara, and I'm your friend. I'm Mike Ellis, by the way. And I'm your friend.
Have a good night, everyone. Bye.
Stop going there. That negative YouTube channel has got more followers on it than I do on my own. And it breaks my heart.
And I'm your friend. My name is Ash Mufara.
Stop going there. Yeah, Queen of Karma's on there.
My name is Ash Mufara, and I'm your friend.
Let's go to Guyana.